I think we're live, but I'm not entirely sure because I am trying to mess with my sound for the moment. I'm not even sure what thumbnail is. Oh, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's my YouTube channel. Fucking banner or something. I don't even know, man. Huh. I think that's just my fucking generic description. Anyways, welcome back to the AJ. Welcome. Yeah, anyways, welcome back to the AJ podcast. We're doing this on my channel for once because Joe is a big idiot and lost his mic. We're gonna be playing Spider-Man. I'm gonna be playing Spider-Man PS4 through the main story on Ultimate. Well, we talk about I'm gonna talk about all three of the MCU Spider-Man movies because I've seen all of them within the last month. But specifically, this is a review of No Way Home. So considering I just watched. Okay, what are you? Yeah, I want to see it one more time. I don't know though if I have time before I go to Florida. Like, I don't have anything to do on Monday. I don't know. Well, besides, no. I don't have anything to do on Monday, so I might go again. I don't know. But, specifically, I'm going to start with Homecoming, the first of the MCU trilogy. So that movie, I don't know. At times that movie doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie, if you know what I mean. Like, like a large part of Peter Parker's character is how he basically has to deal with his problems on his own. Except for in Homecoming, where he makes a really stupid fucking decision and he gets bailed out at the last. Early MCU Peter Parker was completely fucking useless. Far From Home was huh. Yeah, Far From Home is the one where Peter goes to Europe. They okay, obviously that doesn't happen because the movie's PG-13, but Spider-Man, it really didn't. No, but that I feel like Peter Parker played by Tom Holland and MJ played by Zendaya, they have some of the best on-screen chemistry I've ever seen, which really makes it believable. And honestly, Far From Home is probably, like, besides Spider-Verse, one of my favorite Spider-Man movie. Up until the main thing of this podcast, No Way Home. So, Joe, what are your opinions? Let's just go through the plot spoilers. Obviously, this is a really hard movie to review without spoilers. That's just the MCU way. Yeah. Oh yeah, just so you know, I'm going to be using the suit that he used in No Way Home during this. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. The game was, no, the movie. Okay, so the movie started initially with just the repercussions of Mysterio revealing his identity. What? What? In this game or the movie? I don't. Oh, in Far From Home? Yeah, I remember that. That's based off a comic, I think.
Better wrap this up quick and get to my real job.
One shot to nail that entire scene for the water sword.
Are you talking about the battle scene early in the movie where Mysterio is fighting that weird thing in Venice? I saw it last month, so I have a pretty fresh memory of it. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's No Way Home. You know, I kind of wish they didn't reset his identity, because I would have liked this to be a consistent running thing throughout the series, but I don't know. Everybody has to forget who Peter Parker is, because we can't do something unique. Yeah, because in the end credit scene, I'm pretty sure that was Venom. I'm not sure how the hell they even got into the MCU. They were not MCU characters. I'm pretty sure Venom was not an MCU movie. Like, I'm pretty sure they weren't. I swear to God, I remember things going on in those movies that would have made no sense in the MCU. At least the first one. I haven't seen Let There Be Carnage. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure I've heard that the first one was not part of the MCU, because there was no references to any MCU characters in that movie.
Okay, Yuri, all done. What's happening?
I feel like they must have done something to get him from outside the MCU to inside the MCU. Probably fucking with the same multiverse that they did in No Way Home. That was in Far From Home, but that was a good fight scene in that movie. My favorite... Mysterio wasn't in No Way Home.
Get more backup and lock down the airspace.
Doctor Strange? Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was probably one of the best fight scenes in the entire MCU. Though that wasn't actually my favorite fight scene in the movie. My favorite fight scene in the movie was, was right near the end when Peter was just wailing on the Green Goblin. And then Tobey Maguire gets fucking stabbed.
Sorry to break it to you.
and half the theater was just like, no! I think that... No, if Tom Holland had gotten stabbed, that shit would have been a permanent death. Tom Holland is probably in better shape than Tobey Maguire, but I think Tobey Maguire just has fucking plot armor because he's a fan favorite character who isn't in the MCU. And if they had retroactively killed him, there would have been massive outrage. It was... I knew that it was going to be, that it was one of the worst hidden secrets in Hollywood for a while now. Yeah, they were not doing a great job hiding this. It was pretty much leaking. It was pretty much leaking constantly, and it's like I'm not gonna complain because it was. It was. I'm not gonna complain because it got me really excited for it, but I wasn't 100% sure, especially considering that the actors were denying that it was going to happen. Except for Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire was basically just out there being a fucking troll and being like, and just people asking him, hey, are you going to be in the new movie? And he's just winking at people like, I don't know, might be. Might be, wink wink. I think he was, summoning some symbiote Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3.
Superhero movie. What's up?
I just wanted to make sure we're still on for dinner tomorrow night.
Totally. Listen, I gotta go.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Doc Ock was like the best villain Doc Ock was like one of the better villains I've ever. Now it's been a long time since I've seen It's been a long time since I've seen Spider-Man 2, so I can't remember his performance in it. From what I remember, it was good. God, I love New Game Plus. Hello there, Parker. You know, I'm gonna be honest. During the trailers, I thought that when they were like, "You're struggling to get everything you want," well, the world tries to tell you no. I swore that was going to be Doc Ock. It sounded like Doc Ock to me, but it wasn't. It was fucking Green Goblin who said that line in the movie.
You're so cute when you're oblivious.
You're struggling to get everything you want while the world tries to make you choose. Aunt May let's just be honest, Aunt May basically caused herself to get killed. That was her fault. Had she just been like, just send him back, she would have survived. Peter and MJ and Ned would have gone to college and everything would have been fine. But no, she was like, nah, save them. And, it screwed over his life and she died. horribly.
Says the guy frantically erasing his search history.
That's one of my favorite lines in this game. This is the guy frantically erasing his search history. Sick burn.
That's part of my charm, isn't it?
I like how they help like Dix.com is like these voices in my head.
The fact is they managed in the. It's honestly probably weaker than from what I've been told his arc in Spider-Man 2 was. Again, I've seen Spider-Man 2 before. It's just been ages. Though, from what I remember, Peter was able to actually get Doc Ock to lead to what the hell did he make him do? He made him like remember who he was before, without basically brainwashing him. Oh yeah, did you know that they had to like Photoshop the Twin Towers out of Spider-Man 1? Because this was a bit before Photoshop, but
Yuri, an explosion just...
they
Should have the place wired. I'm sitting in a bomb unit.
I'll make sure no one gets in their way.
okay, but I'm just saying, you know that the movie was recorded in 2000 before 2001, so that's why even though the movie came out in 2002, the towers were still up and filming.
Hey guys, I guess bombs are part of Willie's getaway plan?
Why would they have done that? That would have been the most inconvenient timing ever if they had filmed on that specific day and it was a shot that they couldn't redo.
I gotta get him out. Everyone clear out! Evacuate the building!
Did you realize that was like really early on in the morning? Like, I'm pretty sure the attack was at like 6 in the morning or something.
I'll lift you. When you're free, get out fast. Just walk, help the injured, got it?
Oh god, I forgot that there were fucking quick time events in this game. Ugh. Button mash. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, Willie. Coming your way.
Speaking of the old Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, my dad does not like them specifically because there are no web shooters. That's his only problem with the movies. It's for some the webs come out of his body, which means they automatically suck. Who cares if they're some of the best written superhero movies of all time and that they're incredibly entertaining? They have he doesn't have a web shooter, thus terrible movie. It's honestly like if my problem with the new Star Wars movies was that they constantly fucked up the lightsaber sound effects and it wasn't all of the rest of the terrible writing.
Really excessive, don't you think?
Like, he legit told me, oh yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man is better because they have fucking web shooters, and I'm like, who cares that they're horrible, that they're a horrible mess they're horribly written. God fucking damn it, tripping on my words. This is why you don't game and fucking and talk, kids. You end up looking like an idiot.
Settle down. I've got enough for everybody.
No, I just struggle to talk when I'm gaming at the same time. Okay, time for the first boss fight.
You guys alright?
We were just about to call for backup.
I don't think this is a boss fight yet, but yeah, yeah. Where the hell did I leave the recap? I think we were just talking about Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think we got there in the recap of the fucking movie yet, but I think we pretty much only got the first part of the movie. So in the early part of the movie, Peter is basically dealing with the repercussions of his identity being revealed, including, honestly, one of the funnier scenes in the movie is how Flash basically goes from haha, what a fucking dork, Peter, to hey, you're the coolest guy on the planet, please tell me please say you're my best friend. Which was hilarious. He is one of the better characters in the movies. There's a lot of people who don't like him because he's not like he is in the comics or the Raimi movies where he's just a muscle-bound jock who fucking dunks people's heads in the toilet, but honestly, I kind of dig the way this character acts, where he's just kind of a smarmy bitch. Hey look, it's not about the money Spider-Man guy. Wilson Fisk. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. Oh god. It's not about the money, Batman. It's about sending a message. Oh fuck, I got hit. What do you think I'm doing, Willie? Breaking the ice. Haha. I'm off to... It's not even ice, it's glass. Yeah, I haven't seen Daredevil's show, so I don't know too much about him. Ah, so he's Marvel's Batman. Oh god, I am being absolutely... I don't really have too much of an interest in Daredevil. Really, I only care about Spider-Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy at this point, with the MCU. Obviously, this is either before that episode or he came back, which is not all that not all that uncommon in comics. So. What the hell's going on? By who is the question? By you? Oh god, I'm being chucked at the fucking ground because I am distracted. Oh god, I'm gonna put... God.
So, is it a kiss now? Yeah, maybe later.
Oh God. What is this? Turns lights. Lightsaber condom. What the fuck? Oh God. That's a gigantic vagina. Okay. Stabbed him in the goddamn head. Wilson Fisk.
Kingpin is heading to prison. End of an era. I think I should celebrate. Maybe take a vacation.
Okay, game. You gonna let me go and jump? No, I need to do a zip point. I'm going to do a zip point launch before the game lets me do anything. Okay.
I'm almost there. It's away.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's not safe.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Gotta love Doc's enthusiasm, but sometimes it gets him into trouble.
Yeah,
Hurts himself.
okay, so yeah, after being basically gotten out of prison by, Daredevil, we go through a bit of just Peter going back to school, dealing with shit, him and MJ being fucking adorable like usual, and, Ned being a massive fucking cockblock, just the usual Spider-Man shit, up until they all get rejected from fucking college, and instead of, I don't know, going to speak to somebody like a rational human being, he's like, I'm just going to go to Doctor Strange and make him completely forget about make everybody completely forget about my existence. He's like, you can do that? So this happens, and then Peter swings off to go. He swings off to go speak with he swings off to go speak with a member of the college. When he sees this man in front of you, Dr. Otto Octavius, played by Alfred Molina, I think that's right, who delivers the iconic line, "Hello, Peter," on the bridge, and we have an epic bridge fight scene where he manages to defeat Octavius with the help of Doctor Strange. No, he defeats Otto on his own, and then Strange just teleports them to a cell, if I remember right. Oh, and we got another person watching. Very cool. Yeah, just so you know, there are Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers in this stream. So if you're so inclined, and no, it's just somebody joined. I'm just letting them know. If you don't want to see Spider-Man, if you haven't seen No Way Home yet and you want to see it, don't watch this. That's honestly not a good thing. So yeah, after the bridge fight scene, Strange basically puts Peter on the mission to collect up the 5 or 6 villains, put them in containment, and then send them home. Peter successfully grabs up all the villains and puts them in containment. And then Aunt May's like, "Don't send them home." And Peter's like, "God damn, you're an absolute genius." I'll take your entire stock of dumb fuck juice. And then dumping dumb fuck juice all over Peter. No, but I basically was like, anything that goes wrong from here on out.
Get burned out. Damn it. I've been here to do the pre-check. I would have caught this.
Yeah, like this entire movie could honestly be called Aunt May Screws Up Everything. It's too bad because Aunt May in this universe was hot as fuck. But yeah, they managed to get all of the villains rounded up when Peter manages to get this awesome fuck, and when Aunt May's like, don't send them back because they're gonna die, and Peter's like, damn, you are really fucking smart today, and nothing horrible can possibly go wrong. Totally. Yeah, this. So May ends up. Okay. So Peter ends up taking May's advice and not sending the villains back when he has the chance. Instead, getting into an epic fuck. Yeah, that's also true. Because Peter Parker is an... Yes, he got his aunt killed. As Norman Osborn said, no good deed will go unpunished, and it was certainly fucking true. He just had to say it, didn't he?
That's what get me. That's what the dude meme for me. I can see behind it is like Jeffrey Epstein behind bars. I am something of a scientist myself.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm gonna make your war crimes disappear. No, but Spidey ends up he fights Doctor Strange in what was a really visually impressive fight scene. It was actually that was a fun fight scene. You know, like it was my second favorite fight scene in the movie, but we'll get to that. We'll get to my favorite fight scene in the movie later. Peter and Doctor Strange basically beat the shit out of each other for about 5-10 minutes. For about 5 minutes. And then Peter manages... Yeah. And then Peter manages to defeat Doctor Strange with the power of math. I'm actually not bad at geometry. It's just like it's just multiplication and division, which I struggle with.
Get out of here before I screw things up for Doc even more.
No, addition and subtraction are fine. No, but he fights Doctor Strange. He gets back to he gets back and he's like, okay, so we're gonna cure all of these villains and we're gonna just bring them all to my aunt's apartment. Which... Yes, so Peter makes the incredibly wise decision of bringing all of these incredibly dangerous villains who probably all have high body counts to his aunt's apartment. And it goes about as well as you expect. Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, his secondary personality comes out, and he goes apeshit causes all of the villains to flee, and murders the shit out of Aunt May, which was genuinely a sad scene. I don't know why Doc Ock. Okay, here's a few things. I don't know why the Lizard decided to keep fighting. I don't know why Doc Ock kept fighting, and I don't know why Doc Ock fled, and I don't understand Sandman in this movie. Like, Sandman was initially sided with Peter Parker, and then he fucking decided to change sides for absolutely no reason, even though the other people wanted to destroy the fucking thing. But Sandman should have stayed with Peter Parker. The Lizard made slightly more sense, but considering he didn't die in The Amazing Spider-Man, he had no reason to fucking betray Peter too. He had no reason to care about being sent home, because he got cured by Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, if I remember that movie right. Probably don't. It wasn't a very good movie, but okay. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 was better than 2, but neither of them were great.
Why'd you call? Maybe the date is this one's ball.
Not to
You got a
three
black
was
and
like
white suit?
Spider-Man and took his hand with Venom.
No ball this year
Taking him
anyway.
over.
Spider-Man 3 had Venom in it. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was this weird movie that had Electro. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the one that Electro came from.
Tell me someone
It was really dumb. The movie started off with what? What are you? Yeah, the movie started off with Electro was the main villain. They managed to somehow retcon Harry Osborn into it, and Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn fucking dies. Harry Osborn randomly decides, even though he's best friends with Spider-Man and has no reason to fucking betray him, that he's going to fucking betray him, and fights him. This
Quick bands have been shifted. Subtle.
Norman Osborn's secondary is like just before he touched the telescope, Peter's like, nope. He's like, Peter, you're into what shit you never truly made.
Yeah, he
We just had a tower come back online. Was that you?
Not just bring it on.
yeah.
Whatever you did, any chance you could do it to the other towers?
But just so you know,
In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, probably the most notable aspect of that movie is that Harry Osborn murdered Peter's girlfriend, Gwen Stacy. That's the only notable thing about that movie in my mind. Other than that, it was just trash. And there was one scene in the movie where Peter randomly is like, I'm gonna go track down information on why my parents died. And for some reason, it's a fucking random musical montage with a trash pop song in it. And, oh god, the entire movie is shit. Electro's main fucking reason for being angry with Peter is that he forgot his fucking name. Is that an evil bad guy tree? No, Ned, it's just a normal tree. I really hope that if there is a Spider-Man 4, that Peter ends up getting Ned and MJ back, because I'm gonna, if he doesn't, I'm really gonna miss Ned's sense of humor, because he's been one of the best parts of these movies.
you're in luck, Yuri. Your favorite tough but lovable grizzled see-too-much detective is in town.
What? No. Promise you wouldn't do that any...
Spider Cop.
I feel like here's the thing, I feel like No Way Home could have used an extra half an hour.
So you're the snitch.
Back off, creep.
It could have used an extra half an hour from from when the other two Peters were introduced to the end of the movie, it just feels like it got really.
Get away from her.
Why is it like talking about this new Spider-Man in Phase 5 that I'm really don't give a shit about? I want just to see how much more Spider-Man made.
My biggest thing is I'm wondering is I don't know if Tom Holland's gonna want to make another one. Where after 3 mainline movies in the MCU, the actors just get bored.
That brings it number 10 all-time gross America worldwide. It's made 1.3 billion in total. That puts it on Black Panther, makes it number 12 highest grossing film globally.
Yeah,
That's from USA Today.
you know the other superhero in the MCU that
I knew James Dean was wrong about you.
the other individual.
But you got a good heart.
The other individual superhero in the MCU that I actually gave a fuck about, Black Panther, his actor fucking died in that. It's just, I'm so fucking sad about that, because Black Panther 1 was such a good movie.
Haven't had any in a long time. I'll check it out. Thanks, Spider Guy.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. No, but,
Tower from up there.
I feel like I'm gonna put the PS4 version of Spider-Man in the D&D campaign somehow. Are you narrating yourself? God, I just... Fucking Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man? No. It's either between Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. Tom Holland is a really good Spider-Man. Like, I wasn't like crazy high on him when they first announced him, but he's been really fun.
Cool. Towers are picking up all kinds of RFID signals now, including one nearby. What is that?
They use some Tony Stark bullshit to trail some guy.
Yeah, Spider-Man was Spider-Man in the MCU up until now was a really unique character. Now I feel like because they reset his entire fucking backstory in this movie, well, his backstory is still there, it's just he has no other characters. He's just kind of normal Peter Parker now. Except he doesn't even have an Aunt May. Doesn't have his girl. He doesn't have his girlfriend anymore. He doesn't have his best friend anymore. He's just kind of on his own. Okay, Joe.
Still there? Got a robbery a few blocks away.
Yeah, he...
Part spider. Hey, fellas.
He probably forgot it, but given how well informed Nick Fury is, he'll probably remember it. He probably won't remember it, but he'll probably figure it out again really soon. My biggest thing is how the fuck does Happy even work right now? Because Happy's forgotten that he knows that, because Happy still remembers that he worked for Spider-Man, but he doesn't know who the fuck Spider-Man is. Like, I'm genuinely confused on on what the hell is even going on with Happy.
Alright, Yuri. I'm gonna repair the last Chinatown tower now.
Don't you mean Spider Cop's gonna repair it?
Been doing a little thinking, Yuri. Policing's a young man's game. Spider Cop? Well, he's no spring chicken.
Like the
Are you going where I think you're going?
As a
Like, if Aunt May had been alive, would she have just completely forgotten about her own nephew?
Hearing you there?
Yes.
It's the emotion of the moment overwhelming.
That, it's just honestly, it's kind of bizarre. Like I feel like if they just gone with like, oh well, they forget that he's Spider-Man, but they still remember Peter Parker, it would have made more sense. I feel like their decision to just say nobody remembers Peter Parker now was just kind of weird.
Also, how would this work? Especially before you call the MCC and they're going to need your high school background. How the hell are you going to get that?
Is Peter even trying to go to college at this point? The end of the movie made it kind of confusing because he just moved into a random apartment. And he like he's still in New York from what I can tell. Yeah, he has that. Like the end of the movie had that weird scene where it's like, I swear to God for a second that Mary Jane, or I guess it's Michelle Jones in this universe, was like, I swear to God for a second she was about to say, Peter! And I was like, ha, well he reversed after 12 seconds, but no. No, that stayed for at least more than 12 seconds. Like, I can't...
Sounds like he's left the lab for the day. Good time to work on my student project.
No, Joe, it's... I don't know. That scene just felt... I don't know. Like... To me, that's how it felt. To me, I don't know if you felt that, or... I don't know. Like, given that she's probably the closest living person to him, I feel like there's probably something that she remembers. It's just like the memories are gone, but that face is still familiar. I don't know.
I mean, that is still a thing in real life. People that suffer amnesia, they can still remember. Like, they may have forgotten the person, but part of the body feels as if they knew this person, they just don't remember.
Yeah, that scene in that movie was like, I swear to God, dude, I swear to God, just let us have like a movie before she remembers, or before they become friendly with each other again. Oh. And by friendly I mean fucking. Yeah, their relationship coming back is just gonna be like, wait, I swear to God I know you. Well, I feel like I did know you. Huh.
Looks like Doc's gone for the night.
She was like, I'm gonna fucking figure out who you are again. I did it before. Because she did figure out who the hell he was the first time.
Dr. Octavius,
That was one of my favorite scenes in... Far From Home, when he's like... When MJ's like... No, when MJ's like, what the hell was that line? When Peter's like, and she's like, I'm Spider-Man. He's like, no. And then later on in the scene, he's like, I'm Spider-Man. And I made a terrible fucking mistake. And she's like, oh, wait, I was right? I mean, oh yeah, I was totally right. It just felt in line with her character. They're two really well-written characters. And their actors obviously show a lot of on-screen chemistry because they're actually dating, so... No, I heard that a few days before, that happened.
You acted so surprised when I told you that. I was like, oh yeah, did you know they're dating?
No. No, I knew about it a couple days before. I think I just forgot about it again. I looked it up, like, I'd looked it up because my mom had mentioned it, and I was like, wait, really? And, I think I had just forgotten again. I was like, oh yeah! I think that's supposed to be Miles in that shot. Oh yeah, apparently in Homecoming, Miles' uncle is in that fucking movie. I'm not sure how long it's been since you've seen Homecoming or if you've ever seen Spider-Man Homecoming, but... Okay. Okay, so if you were... Okay, so if you remember during Homecoming, Peter ends up, he ends up trapping some guy in a parking garage. Yeah, he traps this guy in this parking garage because he had information, and he tries to interrogate him, but he sucks at it. So he basically is like, bro, you're gonna have to get better at this whole interrogation thing. And at the end of and apparently that is supposed to be Aaron Davis, or Miles Morales' uncle, or the Prowler? I'm not sure if he's the Prowler in the MCU, honestly.
Multiple investors. We can't act without cause.
But now you've got that, right?
He probably is, but...
That's why I'm hoping you can keep an eye on the location. Tell me if you see anything suspicious.
He was in... Yeah, he was in Spider-Verse. He was one of the villains in Spider-Verse. He ended up dying to save him. He basically was Uncle Ben for Miles Morales. Which is apparently completely different from how he was portrayed in the comics, where he was basically a heartless monster who ended up dying and nobody really gave a fuck. Like, Miles was like, oh no, this guy who's psychologically abusing me died. The tragedy. Oh, how terrible that my abusive uncle fucking betrayed me. And it's like, which really kind of weakens the argument between him and his parents about whether or not he should be able to see his uncle, because in Spider-Verse, his uncle cares about him and is genuinely a good person. And genuinely does care for him, but he's not a good person. Where in the comics that he was originally from, he was a shitty human being, and he didn't actually care for him, and he was honestly just kind of like Palpatine. Yes, totally. Palpatine is totally the hero of Star Wars. I love... But you don't love democracy because you want the fucking NCR to lose in Fallout New Vegas. You actually don't know a single... Like, I don't think you want any faction to win, which is kind of bizarre. Because on one side we have Mr. House, who is not mentally stable. On the other hand, we have Caesar's Legion, who is, literally an army of slavers. I think the final option is Yes Men, and, I personally wouldn't want to lead anything. I'd just be like, I'm just gonna leave it to the NCR. This whole thing seems like a bit of a hassle. But that's what I'm assuming that's what you do, considering you hate every faction from what I've seen. You can eliminate every faction and then just go with Yes Men. I don't know. I don't think I'd be a good leader, and I think I'd rather leave it to the NCR. They're the professionals at being at leading things, even if they are incompetent sometimes. Are you talking about Helios 1? God damn, you got that line thing for line for line. No, but if you like, if the courier fixes Helios 1 and the NCR holds the dam, they are in a fucking crazy good position at the end of the game because they have the entire strip. The Legion has been forced into a full-on rout. So they have basically unlimited power for unlimited water because of the lake.
Let's see what I can do to cut down the...
And they have two massive fucking power stations. They have the lake, and they have the strip. I really would not... I honestly, from that point, I'm pretty sure the NCR could take over the rest of the fucking country and be fine. Where the Legion, if they were to take over the rest of the country, God, the world would be fucked. House has no ambitions to reclaim the rest of the country, and, I don't know, I guess it really comes down to what the hell you think with, yes, man, I don't want to fucking, I don't think I'm competent enough to take over the entirety of the world. Like, for me, the two options are Yes Man or the NCR, and I genuinely am too lazy to lead an entire nation.
Dang, looks like they called their buddies.
Like, hey, maybe a senator or a House of Representatives member, but a fucking president? No, man, that's just... that's difficult. I will say though, the NCR has done some pretty shady shit, like in the game. They may or may not have committed a genocide on the cons. The game is pretty. The cons are a pretty shitty faction. Like, it just. I will say though, I am somehow the king of the cons, despite the fact that that I'm idolized by the NCR. I may have become heir to the cons and then assassinated Papa Con. But you can manage to break the alliance between Caesar's Legion and the cons, and you can also become king of the cons, and then make them side with whoever you want. So I made them side with the NCR. House is dead. Well, the thing is, during the actual Battle of Hoover Dam, House sides with the NCR against the Legion, and then he betrays them, if I remember right. Because I did a House ending once, and I think it was the first time I played it, and I found out real quick that I do not like Mr. House. He just rubs me the wrong way. He just, the way he looks at the world annoys me. Yeah, he's got that arrogant, I'm the smartest person in the world energy going, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I like you that much. Oh yeah, we completely went off Spider-Man, but yeah, the movie basically ends with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man coming back to kick ass in one of the funnest 20 minutes of a movie I've ever seen. What did you think about it? My favorite thing is when how Peter Parker gave Peter Parker a back massage. And it was kind of a reference to Spider-Man 2 where Peter jumps off of a building screaming, "I'm back! I'm back!" Falls down and slams his back on a car. "My back! My back!" Because weirdly, Peter Parker in that movie ends up losing his powers for some reason. I can't remember. I can't remember why. I don't
That'll do it. Map should be recalibrated now. Putting the bugle. God, how much I enjoy it. Keep an eye out for more landmarks to shoot.
He took out Electro, and I feel like he took out somebody else. Or was it just Electro?
It's Mr. Lee. Hello?
My favorite part was how one of the coolest scenes was how Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man managed to redeem himself, wherein no, in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, he didn't actually have an MJ, he had Gwen Stacy, and she fell to her fucking death. She fell to her fucking death, which was... What? She falls all the way down a clock tower and dies. And it's kind of sad because Gwen... What?
Because I heard, like, if you're falling from a very far height and going very fast, you technically die before you hit the ground.
Like, the thing is, he managed to slow her down, but for some reason she still died when she hit the bottom. I don't understand the movie's logic. I don't think she hit the ground hard enough to kill her, but the movie kills her anyways.
Hi, Mr. Muggins.
Gwen Stacy, and it is sad though, because she was hot as fuck in those movies. Like, one of the best things about those movies. Like, goddamn, she was hot. The one where she falls. Yeah, I know. I've seen the scene.
She hit her head. That's how she died. She smacked her head.
Like, the movie says she died because of a fucking... because her fucking neck snapped. I don't know if her neck would have snapped from that. I feel like she probably would have gotten blunt force trauma to the head, but...
Probably because of whatever this contract in the project, the neck is like, we can't handle this. Just commit suicide.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate to the comics, where she basically, I think she got thrown off of a building by the Green Goblin and died. Was it Sandman? I'm pretty sure it was the Green Goblin, but
Hi, Mr. Lee.
I know she died somehow.
Cool. I'm on my
Yeah. Yeah. I know, she was hot as shit. That was like one of the best things about the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and they fucking killed her. There was a Mary Jane that got cut from that movie who was significantly less attractive. She got cut from the second movie, and which basically killed any chance of there being a third one, because they cut out all of the fucking hooks for a third movie. And yet people still want them to make a third movie in that series, despite the fact that it was shit. That those movies were shit. Why did you send me this? Why did you send me another picture of her falling to her death? No. Specifically in the first movie, she's fucking hot. In the second movie, her design is her outfits are kind of different, which makes her significantly less attractive. Okay, no, she's still pretty, but.
There's someone inside that car. They're pinned by debris.
Why are you sending me cursed shit? That was not a puppy. I feel like yeah. Apparently the plot to Spider-Man 3, to the Amazing Spider-Man 3, would have basically reversed it by having Spider-Gwen come from another fucking dimension, and he would have basically gotten away with it scot-free. With his gross negligence and letting somebody fall to his death. There would have been 2 Spider-Men, and one of them would have been Gwen. Good job. Good job in having long-lasting consequences. I'm so glad that they did not make this third movie. You know what? I'm glad about that too. I'm glad about that too.
Like Lizardman said, now here are the consequences of your actions, Buddha-Man.
Someone's trapped in that car.
Yeah, just like the Green Goblin said, no good deed shall go unpunished.
I was more surprised she wasn't cut. I was expecting that, to be honest.
I don't think they would have been able to get away with that, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
But then it's like, wait, she just like gets him like a
There's someone inside that car. They're pinned by debris.
plane went right through you.
Yeah. The blade did hit her, but it didn't. But she didn't die until a couple minutes later, from blood loss.
Victims are out of danger. Let the EMTs do their job now.
Weirdly, you know what? You know the best thing about this Spider-Man franchise up until now? We haven't had incredibly annoying arguments between Peter and MJ about because in fucking. This was probably one of the worst parts about the Raimi trilogy. The entire goddamn thing was a protracted argument between MJ and Peter about whether or not they want to fuck. The first Raimi Spider-Man movie. Peter, at the end of the movie, throughout the movie, Peter and MJ kind of start fucking getting. They're like, oh yeah, are we gonna fuck? Are we gonna fuck? At the end of the movie, Peter's like, no, it's too dangerous. Oh yeah, and MJ dated like 5 fucking people in that movie. In the second movie, she dates 2 other people and nearly marries one, and then at the last minute calls it off to date Peter, and the entire movie is an argument about, are they gonna fuck? Are they gonna fuck? No, they're not gonna fuck. No, but they might. No, it's not gonna happen.
I don't know which Spider-Man one was it. I know it's not Tom Holland. That was before Tom Holland one came out. It was like the one of the reasons why Spider-Man can't fuck Mary Jane was like his cum was acidic.
Mr. Lee's probably in the kitchen getting ready for the party.
Something was like that's one of the reasons why he fucked and made children, because Peter would have hit her and accidentally killed
Maybe that's a thing in the comics. That's definitely not a thing in... It's definitely not a thing in the fucking... Okay, in one of the comics, they were supposed to have kids, but for some reason Peter fucking wished away his entire future to save his 90-year-old fucking grandmother, aunt. So, yeah, I don't think that's why. Spider-Man? Twice. I've completed the main story of it. Oh shit, my headphones fell out. Give me a second. I've completed the main story of Spider-Man twice. Once on Easy, once on Ultimate.
I really like the ending where he's like, I'm going to get everyone killed just to save this one life. It's like...
No, he wasn't gonna do that. My favorite part of this game... It makes sense. No, it makes a ton of sense given the whole... With great power comes great responsibility. He desperately wanted to save his grandmother, no, his aunt, but he didn't. He made the responsible decision. I'm proud. I was very proud of Peter during that decision. There she is. There's Aunt May. Okay. Oh yeah, one of the funniest things of all time is how Uncle Ben died in The Amazing Spider-Man. He had nothing to do. He saw somebody running away from a store getting robbed, from a store that he robbed, and he dropped the gun on the ground. Instead of just leaving him alone and walking home, he fucking jumps on it and gets shot. He had nothing to do with this. What have you done? You just murdered your uncle. There's a few videos on YouTube of just Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3 bullying the shit out of every other Marvel character. Bully Maguire.
Thanks again for setting all this up. I just wish I could do more. May's always told me if you help some, you help everyone.
I am really curious on where the hell Spider-Man is going, because I'm not sure if there's going to be another movie. I think there will be another movie. I think we will see Spider-Man versus Venom at some point. But
From Yuri. You should check it outside.
and honestly, at another point, I feel like what's his name? The bully might end up getting the symbiote at some point too.
Well, the important thing is having fun.
I don't know how to play chess, damn. That's sad.
No, too rich for my blood. I better leave you to it.
What? I'm pretty sure in Spider-Man 3, Peter did actually hit MJ. Or he hit somebody. He did have one really cool scene where no, it was yeah, it was a scene. There was a scene where the Jameson and Eddie Brock had printed lies about him with a fake photo, and he just busts into the goddamn Daily Bugle, and he's like, he busts into the Daily Bugle, slams fucking Brock's head against the wall, and he's like, he's like, you know, maybe you should. Brock's like, please don't do this. I'll lose my entire career. And he's like, maybe you should have thought about that before you fucking lied about Spider-Man and printed lies. And
Like, wasn't Peter became a complete dick?
yeah.
Don't apologize.
But
I
essentially,
just wanted to tell
Okay. Okay. Yeah, like, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. Like, for the longest time it was between him and Guardians of the Galaxy, but of late I feel like Spider-Man has just had so many good games and movies and stuff. Spider-Man has had a fucking resurgence over the past few years since The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, because I feel like that was the low point. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 game sucked. Well, from what I remember, it wasn't very good. The movie was bad. From what I heard, the comics were at a fairly low point, and since then, all three have rebounded. Except I don't read comics, but from what I've heard, they've gotten better. I've read a handful of Star Wars comics, and I've read a handful of Avatar, and I've read the Avatar comics that they make. I'm not much of a superhero comic person. I love superhero movies, but I don't read comics. Did I not just say did I not just fucking say that I've read Avatar and Star Wars comics before? Apparently I think I'm a loser, which is pretty accurate, honestly. I hate my life. Peter Parker murders Uncle Ben because of pizza time. Let's see this. Pizza time. Hey, it's me, Pizza Parker.
I've come a long way from being the boy who killed Uncle Ben.
I've come a long way since the...
Where is the file?
Pizza time.
They must have taken it.
He murdered Uncle Ben!
There's no one here but us. You will find the file, or you will die.
Pizza time.
I wanted pizza time.
Where if I alert them? Need to pick them off silently.
Uncle Ben wanted
You're
me to bring
a
vegetables.
silent alarm is legit. Masked gunman and a single hostage.
units your way. Keep the situation from getting worse in the meantime.
Can do.
Now he's gonna murder Mary Jane because of pizza time. Oh, he just bitch slapped her! He's just killing her because she doesn't like pizza. Oh my god! He fucking murdered her because she didn't support pizza time.
Don't want to alert the others.
Accurate. Yeah, that's incredibly accurate. I wouldn't. I'd do that. Joe, how many absolute whores would you murder in defense of pizza time?
yes.
Yes.
That's the answer. Yes.
All of them? Okay. Murder the host.
Should web him from above.
Pizza before horse, alright?
Pizza time.
Whoa, careful.
Speaking of MJ, this is where... Wait, oh come on. That should have fucking killed him. I am right near the start of the scene where she makes her first appearance, from what I remember. Anyways, pizza time. Again, I murder her because she doesn't support pizza time. That was that. I don't know. I'd say it's pretty accurate. Like, honestly, who would not murder for pizza time? You know, game, it would be very nice, considering I played this game like 6 times, if you would just... If you would not force me to go through a tutorial on stealth.
Hey, what is that?
And there's her camera.
Totally belongs to.
Don't move.
Buddy, if I had a nickel for every don't move.
This motherfucker's about to get killed. He's about to get knocked out by a fucking journalist.
MJ? What are you doing here?
Same as you. Working. At least, was.
Oh,
That's when you know you've been annihilated, when you get fucking beaten up by a journalist.
breaking for the bugle?
Well, probably doesn't technically know I'm here. And it wasn't a break-in until a few minutes ago.
Huh?
Let me explain.
Ah, time for everybody's favorite part of Spider-Man PS4, the MJ stealth sections. Isn't that right, Joe? Everybody loves these parts. These are universally considered the best parts of the game. Totally.
Excuse me. Hi, Mary Jane Watson. I am covering the fiscal state. Hello. Craig said we do this tomorrow. I'd like to get a jump on things. Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, Craig? No, sorry. It just looks like we're gonna have to run something else on the cover. I don't know. Maybe the expressionist piece? You know what? I think I can make it.
Spider-Man, but it's rated X. It's just constant sex scenes. Redo of a healer. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna stand here and make... I'm just gonna... Apparently at one point the guy who made the Avatar movie, like the blue one, had planned on making a, Spider-Man movie where Peter and MJ fucked on the Brooklyn Bridge. That was actually something that he had... Like, there was a universe where we got that instead of the Raimi movies. I don't know, who doesn't prefer fucking on the bridge?
Let me know when you're ready to begin.
And of all bridges, the Brooklyn Bridge. You know, I find the fact that, you're just allowed to take random fucking selfies with your characters in the game is hilarious. Oh fuck! I can't go to the menu because we're in the middle of this because we're streaming. But at one there is a you like I remember once just I took a picture as there. Okay, so they were in the middle of how was it? It was the scene at Grand Central where where you're basically all being held hostage, and I took a selfie while being held hostage with the person that was holding me hostage. Ah. Come on, give me a fucking good... Give me a comic that actually fucking... Amazing Fantasy. Now that's a fucking name for a comic. Especially when it's just a random woman taking a selfie with another random woman. Goddamn, I could think of quite a few Amazing Fantasies with these two. Run around, take pictures of shit. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. There's another picture.
Peter opened like a pork sausage like this the first time they fought. He got away, lodged in my yard half dead, and I had to steal my dad's car to drive him to the ER. First of many Nurse MJ moments.
Yeah, okay, so the game just said apparently during a fight, fucking Fisk used a goddamn samurai sword on Peter Parker and nearly cut his fucking hand off, and MJ had to drive him to the goddamn hospital. You know what the best way to do? You know the best thing MJ should do here? Go, turn around. Take a selfie with the, with the goddamn sword that nearly killed your boyfriend. That's a great, it's a great idea. Well, I guess they're not dating right now. Of course you say that, of course you do. You're the one who... Well, why am I surprised? You're the person who had your character get horribly raped and brutalized, and you're just like, let's turn it into... Let's not have any mental trauma. In fact, they enjoyed it. Is he really that based? Yes. I'm just running around taking the worst selfies ever. I have plenty of fucking photos and shit on there. It's not like I care that much. It's not like I need any... It's not like I'm that worried. I have plenty of games installed right now.
Part of me wishes I could drop everything and travel the world. But life and work are here.
Come on, show me another thing that Fisk nearly brutally murdered Peter with, so that I can take a photo with. Oh, apparently this cane he fucking hit Peter over the head with. Time to take another selfie with it. Riveting gameplay on the Boss King Returns YouTube channel. MJ taking pictures with shit that nearly murdered Peter Parker. Well, considering they're broken up at the start of this, I guess it kind of makes sense. This is just like a backhanded, hey, how you doing, buddy? These nearly killed you. Remember that sword that Fisk nearly merged you with? Isn't it so funny that I just took this picture in front of it?
I get why Peter does it, but I never totally loved the heroes hiding behind masks thing. Feels like part of being a hero is standing behind your actions. Being willing to say, yeah, that was me. That's the sort of hero I want to be, at least.
Did you literally just call out Peter Parker for fucking wearing a mask, even though I've seen comics where he does unmask. It doesn't really work out too well for you, MJ. I'm gonna be honest. You should be grateful. Anyways, take a selfie in one of these masks that you hate so much.
If Fisk saw himself in this, a great man willing to do what others wouldn't. Dude had no self-awareness.
Okay, now time to just run up here and just start randomly taking pictures of this woman to make her uncomfortable. You know, it would be great if in the next game, instead of a camera, they gave Spider-Man a fucking gun. They give Spider-Man 2 9/11s and he just runs around and kills everyone. He would be the most powerful superhero if he did that, though.
Brought hidden crimes to light. We got an old school investigative journalist over here. I like her.
Yeah, like, could you imagine Spider-Man if he had a gun? Just incredibly quick movement, can just shoot you in the goddamn face.
Beautiful. It's a Mifune?
Correct. Mr. Fisk has exceptional taste.
Did you know him well before his arrest?
In a professional context, I handled many of his sales. Let's move on, please.
Ah, yes. I'm gonna be completely professional here and take pictures of your ass.
Now this exquisite piece is
Very professional.
The two Neo are so imposing. I can see why Fisk likes this piece. Definitely his style. You love the duality.
Okay, now time to take some pictures of your titties.
Foils and signs. Anything irregular in any of the sales you handle for him?
I thought that the game has no problem with you doing this. Just pointing the camera at this person who's showing MJ around's ass and taking pictures, and there's no problems.
It's just a friend in the DA's office mentioned that Fisk used art sales to launder stolen goods. I'm sure I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, I know. I was just wondering, now that he's arrested, if you would ever notice anything strange.
You know what? I'm actually running short of time.
Oh man, look at them titties. Oh man, look at them titties.
DA friend I was doing a piece
Damn.
on you, he mentioned your name.
Oh man.
Just a photo, please.
Just out here taking pictures of them titties. I'm not taking screenshots, so it's not going to my fucking hard drive, but I'm just taking pictures of people. I'm just taking pictures of this woman's chest and ass. Because there's an in-game camera.
Wait here, please.
Well, it's just like, it's been LSD acting like, you put it all onto the hard drive, and it's like,
recognize
oh,
that
alright,
statue.
put it now. It's like, the hard drive is like, a fucking row of chests.
Can you hear me?
While she's in there.
The connection is on. Greg, I think there Right. I'll call you back. My dear, I think it's time for you to go.
Oh, could I...
Alright, time to get some more. Time to get some more delicious pictures.
Really love this face. It is. And this will be the last time you see it.
One of these is cannibalism. The other is just a normal conversation.
Yes.
Hello, Craig. Funny you should call.
One is big. The other
Because the reporter you sent is clearly not working the packages we agreed upon. No, she's here now.
Yes, roll.
Got to get into that back room. If that statue is what I think it
Oh man, I'd love to get into your back room. Oh god. MJ was like, "Oh, I gotta get into this back room," and I'm like, "Oh man, I'd love to get into your back room."
I mean, grab that head with your mind, bitch.
It's a fictional character. I don't think it's happening then.
Then the Spider-Man in IRL that heal him, right? So that ass. Now belongs to me.
Just walk up to a random woman and grab her ass. Okay.
This isn't, it's 2022. You see, sorry, I self-identify as grab ass. I identify as a grab ass. I don't see a sticky ass, I must grab it.
Well, who else? What else is there to do in life than grab a thick ass?
Grabbing titties.
Yeah, that's also a thing you can do. Please, for the love of God, do not cancel us for this.
This candidate, he deserves it. He's already been canceled.
Except the fact that I have not actually been cancelled before.
Wait, there's a new War Hunter game coming up for PS5? Oh wow.
She certainly has a cozy vest. Something's in one of his hands.
Ah, yes, Bitcoin. What a beautiful fucking thing. What modern art, Bitcoin.
I've received an ad for like a crypto app and it said we've decided to add Dogecoin. I shit you.
Oh, bro, I've got to send you this fucking image, and I just want you to know that this is entirely 100% real, and this happened in 2015.
High school, or you're like, I'm watching something not look, I'm watching anime. Yeah, I'm getting what's his face ad?
Fucking Bloomberg, I think.
Yeah, I'm watching something political and not getting a Bloomberg.
I just wanted to fucking enjoy my weeb shit, but no, I have to fucking deal with Mike Bloomberg.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So this happened in 2015.
Wait, what?
There was a Dogecoin NASCAR in 2015. God, what a time. What a time to be alive.
I thought that it was recently created. No, that's not existent.
Dogecoin is one of the older ones. Somebody tried to get another one of those meme currencies into NASCAR, which was the entire reason this currency exists, is to deliberately piss people off, and it didn't work. They were basically told to get the fuck out of here. Because I can't just enjoy watching cars drive around a track, I have to listen to people fucking fight over the dumbest shit in the world. Because NASCAR fans literally think screaming "fuck the president" is a fucking political revolution. Even though I could have said "fuck Donald Trump during the past 4 years, and it wouldn't have meant shit.
Hope you enjoy what I said.
Joe, I'm gonna have to ask you 5 seconds. I'm gonna. I want one reason why why I shouldn't just end this podcast right now. Over that.
There is no reason.
No. I'm not done yet. Probably till 9:30. Got another half hour to go. Yeah. No, but that movie, No Way Home is probably the movie I've been looking forward to more than, I've probably been looking forward to it more. This is probably the most I've looked forward to a movie since The Force Awakens, and I am infinitely more happy with this movie than The Force Awakens. God, that was not a good movie when it came out. It's... They were basically like, let's take episode 4 and do it again. And everybody initially was like, oh my god, it was so good, and then they realized, wait, they just made episode 4 again. And then I did not get excited for either of the other 2 movies. They still somehow let me down.
I'm surprised you watched The Rise of Skywalker. I refuse to watch that shit.
I had to see it. Purely down to, I'm a Star Wars fan. I need to at least see the movie. I think you should at least see it once.
I refuse to watch that garbage.
Joe, you should at least fucking see it.
What? I already know it's bad.
I know.
Left of it.
It's a
Like, it doesn't make me any interested in watching it.
It's a bad movie, man, but it's so fucking bad in certain points where I just can't help but fucking sit there and be like, Jesus Christ. It's a fucking experience.
Yeah, one I don't want to have.
It's so bad that it's a fucking experience, man.
He's holding something.
Okay, game, can you please explain to me what the hell I'm supposed to be doing?
Most common pose is latent power. Mouth closed, left arm down, right palm facing forward. These pieces move.
Okay, how the fuck do I make this thing work again? Okay, the arm looks like that.
Catalog mentioned 2 poses. Mouth closed, left arm down, right palm.
Game, please. Mouth closed, left arm down, right palm facing.
Catalog mentioned 2 poses. Maybe I should turn the head. Nice.
Okay, I was able to figure this out.
Piece is missing. I've seen these before.
Okay, please be right. Haha. I was able to figure out the puzzle, which should have been fucking easy as hell.
Devil's breath. What is devil's breath? What the? Excuse me, sir. You can't be.
Oh man, that man just bitch slapped a woman. God damn, that is the ultimate sign of respect. Like, Joe, come on, that's how your D&D character respects women. Just beat the shit out of them.
Well, Leon just shoots him. But yeah, that's what that sucks.
Like, Leon respects women more than anybody else, and he whacks the shit out of them.
On my way to the exit when I saw you.
He got half the prison
You're
call.
lucky to be alive.
Here's the guy I saved 5 minutes ago. Listen, whoever these masked guys are, they're after this body. I'll never get it out of here. The place is swarming with them.
Right. Okay. You hide back there. I take out the bad guys. You make a break when it's clear.
Sounds like a plan. Good to see you, Pete.
Yeah, you too. Not exactly how I pictured us meeting again, though.
Funny. It's exactly how I pictured it.
God damn, that line is funny. Oh man, I didn't. Peter's like, oh yeah, I didn't picture us meeting each.
Focus, Pete. Focus.
He's like, I didn't picture us meeting again in a position where we're gonna where we could possibly die. And MJ's like, yeah, except I totally did.
Okay, Pete. I'm hitting you in front. Give the word and I'll make a break for it.
Will do. How about that file? What's in it that these guys want so bad?
It's on something called Devil's Breath. Fisk was hired to build a secret research lab for it. Unclear what Devil's Breath is, but it seemed to scare Fisk. He compares it to Pandora's box.
Not much, Sugar Fisk. We need to get.
Oh, will you stop crying, bitch? Oh, no, they just shot her in the back of the head. They just shot her in the back of the head with a Glock 19, damn. Honestly, the bitch probably deserved it. They were just respecting her. They what? Yeah, they bitch slapped her across the goddamn face and then shot her in the back of the head with a Glock 19 as the ultimate sign of respect. Joe loves respecting. How the fuck did that happen? Hey, okay, no. Okay, I'm fine with you beating up the random woman, but no, you can't beat up MJ. That's my job, to beat her up and then throw her off a roof.
Not cool with the hostage taking, guys.
Okay. But I throw your PlayStation off the top of the roof. That sounds like how you should treat your property. Wow, they set up this massive fucking fight, and then I shot him once with a goddamn impact web, and he died. Okay, Peter, what the fuck are you doing? I know you want to be respecting women right now, but right now you have to respect these men.
Does it work out?
By beating them over the head with a fucking wrench. Honestly, I think we should respect all people just by beating them over the head.
Antique. I think I know someone who could help track down where this came from. A job for later.
I just talked to Craig. You are not the reporter he was sending. You don't even work for Heritage Arts.
Never said I did. Hi, Mary Jane Watson, Daily Bugle.
You will not write a word of what you saw.
For the record, what do you know about the file those masked men stole?
I don't.
What about the long history of stolen goods Fisk has laundered at this auction house?
We'll be hearing from our attorney.
Nix. Like the last 6 months never happened?
Yeah, the Spider-Man PS4 though, that despite the fact that the MCU Spider-Man doesn't have any random fucking relationship drama, yeah, goddamn Spider-Man PS4 makes up for it with the amount of fucking relationship drama in this goddamn game.
So,
I swear to God, if they bring this shit back in Spider-Man 2, I just want to see Peter training Miles Morales and them fighting Venom. If you show Peter and MJ fucking on the side, I'm not gonna really care. Just don't have them fighting being a major part of the game.
it's another night in the city.
Tell your spare story. Well, some makes sense. How's it going with you? Did you get that promotion?
No, but we're on the business.
Joe, stop sending me this shit.
Sure, but Dr. Octavius is millions.
God damn, her fucking face is terrifying.
Almost sounds like it's more important than your other job. I never
Oh god, finally real teeth. Oh god, her teeth aren't terrifying, actually.
Why did you ask me here, Pete?
Oh, just dinner between friends.
Friends. Is that what we are?
Could be, you know, if that's what you wanted.
There's a lot of baggage here.
Sure, but is that so bad? I mean, baggage can carry good things too, like money and keys, raspberry lip balm.
Do you remember why we broke up?
This is a trick question, isn't it?
Oh my god, your fucking annoying relationship drama. I don't care. Ah, there's the Stan Lee cameo. Oh, I love how they managed to fit a Stan Lee cameo in this game. That's just the best. And this game came out like right around when he died, so... Yeah, that... Yeah. I currently have that as my PS4 background.
Hey, it's me. What's with the units heading down third?
Looks like our old friend Herman Schultz is at it again.
Shocker. Didn't he just get paroled?
Yeah, well, guess it didn't take.
No worries. Herman's just a
They've been using Stan Lee's account to promote shit since he died, and I find it disgusting.
just had dinner with my ex after saving her from masked criminals. And now I'm gonna go beat up a maniac who uses shockwaves to rob people.
Honestly, honestly, Stan should have fucking locked his account before he died. unlock it and reset the password. To something that just something just completely random, just a random string of numbers.
But I know my friend appreciates you looking out for him. There's a lot of people who don't like him very much.
No, it's like you go into Stanley's account, you make one tweet, and it's basically shitting on all of the people who've been desecrating his account the past few years. And then you lock it. And you never let them know. Honestly, it was some of the shit that they've made him promote, it wouldn't surprise me. The Marvel movies just haven't felt right since he died. No cameos. Like, he even had a cameo in Big Hero 6. Yeah. If I remember right. You're gonna have to look it up, though. I can't remember what it was. I just remember he had one. Oh yeah, I remember it now. He fucking murdered all of the fucking... He fucking murdered Uncle Ben over pizza time.
Hi, Herman. Seriously?
I'm gonna catch you. You know one thing that the next Spider-Man game needs? Please, for the love of God, make the game larger than just Manhattan. I feel like every Spider-Man game for the entire history of the goddamn franchise that has an open world, it's just Manhattan. It's like Spider-Man isn't even from Manhattan, he's from fucking Queens. It's like I want to see Spider-Man in other parts of New York, like the Bronx or Queens or fucking or Brooklyn or literally anywhere but Manhattan. I get it, it has the Empire State Building. I want to fucking climb the goddamn Statue of Liberty. I want to grab the Statue of Liberty's gun tips. Remember that meme? Remember that meme, Joe? They fucking installed AA guns in the Statue of Liberty. I know it's not a real thing, but God, that would be hilarious. If the U.S. government were to install AA guns in the Statue of Liberty's boobs tomorrow, would you really be surprised? And for some reason they let Trump announce it even though he's not president anymore. That just feels like a thing that would happen. Did you know this game had DLC?
You have that effect on a lot of people.
But you love me, right?
Did you know that this game had DLC?
Wow. That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It's pretty good. But honestly, I'd probably consider Miles Morales a DLC.
That mask. Oh, it's MJ. Hey, MJ. You're up late.
That they sold for $50.
Looks like you had quite an adventure with Shocker tonight.
Yeah, he was unusually combative. Anyway. Thanks again for dinner. What do I owe you?
How about a favor? You still have that mask from the gallery?
Yeah. I'm actually
It's
on
dumb,
the feast center
but
now to ask Martin
inflation is so fucking bad for some reason that nothing's gonna stop it.
history.
Jesus
Origins of
Christ!
he will.
Just keep me in the loop. Like
One of my parents just slammed my fucking door.
I plan to be the one to break it.
Sure. So I can call you, like, whenever?
No, they just punched my door for some reason.
Whatever.
I guess we're talking.
Like, inflation is just objectively bad, though. I don't even know what the fuck is causing it. It's just... I don't even know what the fuck... Doesn't the Federal Reserve just print money? Okay, but... Are we printing more money than we're fucking... Because we can't just abolish the Federal Reserve, then we wouldn't have money. Then we're printing more money than than money that's coming out of circulation.
Well, listen, I'm not the best person to help with relationship problems.
It's not like that. I think she's involved with bad people. Rodrigo might be in real trouble. He's scared, but he won't tell me anything.
I can check it out. Any idea when he's meeting her next?
Okay, but I don't think you can just get rid of the Federal Reserve, because then you wouldn't be able to print any money.
Don't worry, Carmen. I'll find out what's going on. Detox center's not far. Carmen just sent me Rodrigo's picture. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay, and then because money gets destroyed and lost and all that shit all the time, then we have no money. You just need to get you need to make it consistent to where you're not making more money than your fucking's coming out of circulation. You still need to make money.
That's Rodrigo. He's very nervous. Carmen doesn't seem like a girlfriend. I'll get a photo and see if Carmen recognizes her.
Okay, so that $5 I have in my fucking wallet right now doesn't exist. Cool.
Bad angle. Need to get it straight on.
No, you're saying that we technically don't make money. So.
I mean, yeah, digitally. I mean, look at your credit card, for example. But it seems like every $100,000. Some banks don't have $100,000, but your credit card does. You see what I mean?
No, I don't fucking know, man. I'm not good with numbers.
I'll get a photo and see if Carmen recognizes her. Just what I needed. Plans. This sounds bigger than I thought. I better follow the blackmailer and find out how big. Carmen, I'm uploading a photo to you. Does this woman look...
I need to follow the blackmailer. Jumps on the fucking cab that they got in. Yes, I'm the definition of stealth.
Plans. She could be planning a heist. They'll need more evidence before I can do anything.
Stealth 100. I'm literally standing on top of their car.
Another victim? Or an accomplice? I need a photo. No perches with a good angle on this new guy. Looks like it's the underside of the High Line.
Oh, for the love of God. No, no. Sneak 10 billion. Unlimited sneak.
I need a photo. There's no perches with a good angle on this new guy. Looks like it's the underside of the high line.
Unlimited sneak.
Got it.
Damn, if only. You know, I just love to imagine that that for some reason Spider-Man just has a fucking... Because for some reason in the game, Spider-Man has a camera on him at all times. Which just doesn't make any sense. I just like to imagine that he just has the fucking camera, like, on him while he's swinging.
Where's he getting off? Tapping into the train system should help me follow the train.
I don't know. Bro, should you have access to be able to tap in and see where the subways are? All the subway trains are? That seems like an abuse of your power.
Casino plans and a criminal record.
I don't know, man. Imagine being able to track any train in the entire fucking world. I'd abuse the shit out of that. I'd be robbing trains left and right.
I'll let you know what I find out.
I'd be going from train to train just like stealing people's shit. Yeah, well, freight trains, passenger trains, literally any train. I would steal the shit out of it.
I should head over near the subway and wait for him to get out.
Yeah, I just rock up with a fucking gun and I'm just like, okay, everybody hand your shit over, or you die.
He's heading for that office building.
Ah, yeah. I don't want to kill anybody though, I just want their money. I am inevitable. What the fuck, Joe? What the hell is wrong with you, man? It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
They're on the move.
Holy shit, Holy shit, there were two people fucking in that bedroom. God damn, I'm gonna get some really nice pics of that. Damn. No, for some reason there are never any people in any of the fucking rooms in any of the buildings in this game for you to spy on. They don't need to be fucking, I'm just like, come on, I feel like there should at least be people in their homes. And you know, maybe if you throw some animation and like, I don't know, maybe you could like add some sound effects. Like Fallout New Vegas, there are a few places in the game where you can just straight up hear sex noises going on in the background. If you treat objects like women, does that mean that you treat your objects really well, or does that mean you treat women really poorly?
Hey, Carmen. Your husband's pal and his team just had their trip to
Pokemon?
Atlantic City Camp.
What about Pokemon? Once?
I've got a contact on the force.
Yeah, I don't even get that. I played one game. Yeah, that's a very epic side quest. And with that, I think that's going to do it for this week of the AJ podcast, and considering there's not going to be one next week, or the week after, probably, we've basically done one podcast. We're going to do one podcast this entire month. Oh, God. We've really been getting off the podcast train. We need to get better at this. Anyways, hopefully we'll get back on the podcast train in February. But thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Any last words, Joe?